So this question is on chromatography. So a student obtained a solution of pigments from leaves of a plant, and then they used paper chromatography to separate the pigments. So the first question says, explain why the student marked the origin using a pencil rather than using ink. So that's the point they're talking about. So the reason why they've used a pencil is because the ink would mix with the pigment, and that would end up affecting the results of the different pigment distance values. The next part is describe the method the student used to separate the pigments after it had been applied to the origin. So the first step is that the level of solvent must be below the origin, and you remove the solvent before it reaches the top. Okay. For the next part, we need to calculate the RF values, and they've given us the equation, which is distance of pigment from the origin over distance of solvent, and we have pigment A has a value of 0.95, and we need to find C. So to find C, you would have to find the distance traveled there, which would be the solvent front, and then we use the midpoint of C, calculate the distance there, and then divide C by the solvent front to give an answer which should be less than 1, and your answer should be anywhere between 0.58 to 0.62. And the last question is, the pigments in leaves are different colors. Suggest and explain the advantage of having different colored pigments in leaves. So we know that different pigments absorb different wavelengths for photosynthesis. So having a range of pigments would mean that different wavelengths of light can be absorbed so that photosynthesis is more efficient and faster.